Hey everyone, it's Derek Ross from Soapbox, and today I'm very excited and thrilled to show you Shakespeare. Shakespeare is a brand new way to build websites powered by AI in the decentralized magic of Nostr. Whether you're a developer, a designer, a creator, or a community builder, or even a complete beginner, Shakespeare lets you create powerful websites just by having a conversation with AI. You don't need to use a computer, you don't need to install any software, you only need to use your phone. There's no coding involved, there's no lock-in by large technical companies. It's just total freedom to build whatever you want. Okay, so why does it matter? What separates Shakespeare? We have dozens of other platforms out there for creating websites. Why is Shakespeare any different? Well, most of these other platforms that exist, maybe all of them that exist, they're essentially walled gardens, and we know walled gardens aren't good. They don't allow data and content to freely flow between them. And this is exactly the things you'll find on Squarespace or Webflow or Lovable or any of the other ones that exist out there today. They may not allow you to move your content easily from one platform to another. You may not even own your content on some of those platforms. Well, Shakespeare completely flips that model, flips the script around, because Shakespeare is built upon Nostr. And since it's built upon the Nostr protocol, that means Shakespeare gives you ultimately full control of everything. Your identity is yours, your content and your website, it's all on your terms. You own everything. And thanks to NSPs, which are Nostr service providers, you can even choose the AI that is behind the conversation that's building your website. You're not locked into using one model. You can choose any model that fits your price range, fits your wallet, or fits your needs. Using Shakespeare to build a website is essentially web development reimagined, giving you the power to write your own epic novel. Open up your favorite web browser and go to shakespeare.diy. The .diy domain works perfectly for Shakespeare because that's exactly what we're doing. We're building it ourselves. You're doing it yourself with the help of AI. You weren't able to do this before, so that domain works perfectly for Shakespeare. So you're going to visit shakespeare.diy and you're going to click on sign up if you don't already have a Nostr account. When you click sign up, you're going to generate your Nostr keys. And you're going to want to save that to be able to log in the future. If you already have a Nostr account, this is fairly simple. You click on login and you're presented with familiar options. You're going to log in with extension. You can log in with your NSEC, which is seen as anti-pattern here. You don't want to do this on every single website that exists out there in the world for security purposes, but if you don't care about your NSEC, then you can go ahead and log in with your NSEC. You can log in with your bunker if you're more security conscious and you have a third-party application that you're running on maybe your computer or your phone. You can log in with a bunker. For this demonstration, I'm going to log in with an extension such as Albi or NOS2X or Flamingo or Nostr if you're on iOS. So I'm going to click on login with extension and boom, I'm logged right into Shakespeare. I'm ready to start building. So whenever you first log into Shakespeare, you're going to be given the option to choose which development model you want to use, which NSP you want to use. Do you want to choose your AI assistant that is free, which would be the Gemini Flash Playground, or do you want to have the paid model? Now there are differences between the two. MK Stack using Claude Sonnet 4 is seen as the premium model and is paid. You have to buy credits to do this. But it will give you the highest quality websites, professional grade results, and the code and reasoning is much better. Over the past few months, as we've been building MK Stack and Shakespeare, we've used various models and found that nothing beats the MK Stack and Claude Sonnet 4 method. It is by far better than anything else out there. However, it is the most expensive. So we do offer a free playground for people, and that's exactly what it is. The Gemini Flash Playground should be seen as just a demo or a playground of what Shakespeare can kind of sort of do. The results are going to be much lower quality. They're not going to be as good. So if you're going to try to build something that's complex, it's not going to be as good. You probably will be slightly disappointed in its performance, but that's okay because this is just for testing purposes. If you don't know how to talk to an AI, if you've never talked to an AI before, you're not familiar with prompts and being creative and outputting what you want to have done, then don't waste money on it. Try the Flash Playground, figure out what you want to build, figure out how to prompt and talk to an AI, and then once you have a better understanding, once you're done playing around on the playground, then come back here and choose the paid method and build something that is truly unique and remarkable. So for the purpose of this demo, I'll just show you here. You can choose the Gemini Flash Playground, and then you click continue, and you're given a bunch of ideas to help get started. Because sometimes it is kind of hard to figure out how to talk to an AI. What do you want it to do? So if you wanted to build a portfolio website, what does that mean? Is it just build a portfolio? Well, sure, you can say build me a portfolio, but we're going to give you some more information here to help you get started. So if you scroll down here to the bottom, you'll see we already chose a project name for you, personal portfolio. And then we gave you some more information here. We said to the AI, create a personal portfolio website with a hero section. That's like the big image at the top. An about me section, projects, and a gallery, and a contact form. Use a modern design with dark mode support and smooth animations. So that's kind of how you want to talk to an AI, to get really specific on what you want sometimes. Well, what about if I wanted a blog platform? What would I say for a blog platform? Well, you would say you want to build a blog, and you'll get varying results, but we can be more specific here. We want to be able to write and publish articles. We want to be able to use Markdown and categories and search. And we want it to be a nice, clean reading experience. So we put all this in a prompt for you. There's a few other examples here. Like I said, there's a dashboard example which talks about building an analytics dashboard with visualizations and filters. You can build an e-commerce product, or you can build a to-do app, or you can build anything you want. You can type anything you want here for a product name and anything you want here for the prompt, and then hit create project, and Gemini and the Gemini Playground will start building it for you. But we're going to go back to the previous model, and we're going to select MK Stack. We're going to select the premium model because we know that Claude Sonnet 4 performs best. So I'm going to click this and continue from here. Okay, so to continue, I'm going to click on the MK Stack Claude Sonnet 4 NSP, and I'm taken to the Add Credits section. Here I'm going to have to choose how I want to fund the NSP. I can start with as little as $5. I can pay with a credit card, or I can pay with Bitcoin over the Lightning Network. The most unique thing about this here is that it's pay-per-use pricing. You're only paying for what you want to build. There are no subscription models. There's no hidden API charges. You can see exactly what you're getting billed for, what you're paying for. Okay, to add credits, you just click on the add credit button. It's that simple. And you have the option of choosing US dollars or Bitcoin. With US dollars, it uses Stripe, and for Bitcoin, it pays over the Lightning Network. So I'm going to choose Bitcoin here. I'm going to enter 0.0001, which is about $10. It's going to calculate the fees and the processing fee. And I'm going to click on continue to payment. And then I'm presented with a Lightning Network invoice, which I will pay with WebLN since I'm using WebLN on my desktop. But I can also copy the address, or I can also pick up my phone and scan. It's your standard Lightning payment. Okay, now that I've paid my Lightning invoice, I have about $11 worth of credits here to begin building. But before that fun begins, let's poke around Shakespeare for a little bit. We see that I have a drop-down menu here that says MK Stack. When I click on that, I'll have various other NSPs that I can browse. If I'm not really sure what an NSP is or what this drop-down menu is for, I can click on the information button here and learn a little bit more about how Shakespeare works. Shakespeare is just a client that connects you to Nostr service providers. These are just AI services that build web apps for us. And you can learn a little bit more about it by reading the rest of this yourself. When you click the drop-down menu here, you're presented with several NSPs that are available. For the purposes of this demo today, we will be using the MK Stack NSP. If I want to learn a little bit more about that, I can select this NSP and then select NSP details, and it'll tell me a little bit more about it. It'll tell me the status, that it's online. I have this much amount of money in credits. I can view its source code. I can view the description, and I can even view its NSP address to see that it is a Nostr native event. I can also add more credits. If I am running low on credits and I want to add more, I just click the Add Credits button, and we are presented again with the familiar message like we were earlier to buy credits with either Bitcoin or with dollars. We have the login area menu, which you can switch to dark mode, which we're going to do because I like dark mode. And you can add another account if you have other accounts, or you can switch relays if you need to do that. So we are going to create a new project. And here in the beginning it says, what would you like to build today? Well, I think I would like to build a modern website for freedom fighters and free speech activists. So I've already typed a prompt out. I'm going to copy and paste this prompt in here to save a little bit of time. It says, build a modern website for a freedom fighter and free speech activist. Include a mission statement on freedom of speech and rescuing people from authoritarian regimes. Include upcoming events, blogs, and photos. Use a dark theme with pink accents. I'm going to chat with my AI and see what happens. And what's happening right now is it's creating a project for me. You can see over here, it's automatically titled it, calling it a Freedom's Voice Activist website. And it's already starting to build the project structure. It says, I'll build a modern website for a freedom fighter and free speech activist with the requested features and color scheme. Let me start. So it starts building out the file structure. It's doing this all on the NSP service. It's building everything that we need to have our website done, and we're able to watch it start to be built live. We're seeing right now that I've spent 27 cents for what it has built so far. You can scroll up at any point if you're curious to see what it's doing, or you can just sit here and wait for it to be built. The assistant is working on the request, but we could pause it if we wanted to, if we didn't like a direction, or if we made a mistake, if we wanted to stop and start over. Really, that's all that's needed. It's just a natural language conversation. I told MK Stack, I told Shakespeare what I wanted to build, and it started building it for me. That's it. Shakespeare is creating the structure, it's creating the styling, it's creating the included placeholder content, such as the mission statement. I can later update this to something that is more applicable to me if the AI didn't get something right. It's creating the hero page, the hero section component. I can later update this. If I want to tweak something, it's as easy as just chatting, just having a normal conversation. If it doesn't get something right for events, I can specify the events need to be updated, and this is what needs to be updated. And in just a very short amount of time, Shakespeare built our website. It is now complete. We can see that the preview has fully loaded. We have a summary, and we have a total project cost. This placeholder website was $3.12 to build. We can look at the summary and see it completed features that we asked for, such as a modern design, a mission statement, upcoming events, a blog section, a photo gallery, some additional features, and we have the design elements that we asked for. We can go over here and we can browse the site and we can look. We have a menu with all sorts of different options. With our mission statement, that's what we asked for. We have an events section that we asked for. We have a blog section that we asked for. We have a gallery section of photos that we asked for. And we have contact information. But as we're looking at all of this, we see that it is all placeholder content. So I would now have to go through and change the content to have it fit my needs. If some of this content exists on Nostr, perhaps through photos and blog posts and events, I can go ahead and start working on importing that, because you see this is a Nostr application. I can log in. I click the login button, I choose login with extension, and I'm logged in automatically. Now that our project is complete, we have several options. We can download the source code if I think the site is ready and I would like to host it somewhere else. I can open it up in a brand new tab, as you can see here. Or I can go over to the menu over here, which gives similar options. If the preview pane was not open, I could open the preview pane. I can download. But I'm also given this new option here to delete. If I don't like this project and I would like to get rid of it, I can click the delete button and I hit delete and it goes away for good. But I don't want to do that just yet because there's still more editing that needs to be done. I would like to incorporate Nostr into this because some of my content, for example, lives on Nostr. So let's take an example from HRF. They're a freedom fighting organization. They have blog posts on Nostr. Let's import their content into this. So I'm going to say, update my blog, articles, photos, and events section to use content from Nostr. My NPub is, and that is HRF's NPub. So I'm going to click go here, and it's going to start making these changes for me. And now Shakespeare has completed our website. If we go over to the blog section, I see I now have live articles from HRF on Nostr about their financial freedom report. We have featured notes from them on Nostr automatically. And if they were posting more photos on Nostr, we would see those as well. If they were posting events on Nostr, we would see those as well. We can look at the output and we can see that the events section has added calendar events. We can see the blog section has added long form articles and specifies the Nostr kind. That's because Shakespeare knows all about Nostr. It's perfect for building Nostr websites. Whenever we first built this website, we could have specified to make it a more Nostrified website, but we didn't. So we had to add the Nostr content in a second prompt. But you can do that in one prompt. You could have specified the NPub or the type of Nostr content you want, where you could have said build this website and use Nostr, or build a Nostr website, or build a Nostr social site, or so forth. You have to be specific sometimes on exactly what you would like to see. Your site is automatically ready. Your site has been automatically deployed with a public link. You can download the full source code and you can host it anywhere you want. But Shakespeare isn't just for new sites. You can actually even import existing GitHub or GitLab repos and use AI to edit it or extend it. Let's see how this works. So I'm going to click New Project, and this time I'm going to go over to Import. In the GitHub repository URL, I'm going to paste a GitHub repository. I'm going to paste in my existing application called Plectos. And in just a few moments, my project will be automatically imported. You can see it already is starting to analyze it and seeing that it is a decentralized Nostr meetup platform. After a few seconds, Plectos has been completely imported and is now running, and they even deployed in a separate link, so I can begin editing it and working on it through Shakespeare if I wanted to do so. I would just go over to the conversation section and I would specify which feature I would like to have imported or which feature I would like to have edited, what additional changes I would like to have made, and Shakespeare will make them and automatically deploy them. And then whenever this is complete, I can even tell Shakespeare to ready a PR and submit a pull request back to the project if I wanted to do that. I don't have to have any coding experience, zero GitHub, zero Git experience. I can rely on the AI to do it all for me. Thanks for watching this Shakespeare tutorial. If you haven't realized it yet, Shakespeare is an absolute game changer. It's not just for developers, but for everyone who has ideas worth sharing online. It's conversational, it's collaborative, and it's completely free from big tech gatekeepers. If you're ready to try it, just head on over to shakespeare.diy, sign up for beta access, and start building. Thanks for watching, and remember, with Shakespeare, anyone can be an author on the web.